It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bears and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
And off we go from Denver. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the Bears are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago! Cole Kmet, 56 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Fields throw pulled in by Robinson here. Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On 1st down, it's Fields. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Touchdown, Bears! Marquise Goodwin, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end Kmet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
From the gun, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Mike Purcell. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And McManus able to put it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So we reach half, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And finally stopped, but what a return all the way down to the 40.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep...
On first down, Fields. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
A tone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields completes a Mooney on the slant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A first down and then some for Montgomery. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, 14 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Bridgewater now. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. And here come the whistles on a timeout with 7 seconds left. 2nd and 11 now. A give. This is Montgomery. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and it was their